to create a sim video, I guess. I started with a random sim, and now you can see I'm just kind of experimenting with her hair and stuff because I really liked her face as it was. I think I adjust her cheekbones and definitely her nose and mouth later because I didn't like that weird way her upper lip kind of actually curled. Like, you know, you can curl your lip and kind of snarl kind of thing, but her lip was actually curled. It just didn't look real enough to me. So I adjusted her nose, I bring her chin up, and I think I bring her jaw up a little bit too. And then I'm just working on the lips now. I made a mess of her lips at first, honestly. You can see, like, oh man. Then I eventually went, I think I used preset lips and then edited them in detail edit mode, but it might have skipped that. Now I'm picking her skin tone, and I really liked her with that olive because I have this problem with, you know how artists have same face syndrome? I have same sim syndrome, I guess, because I'll make sims with the same faces, the same skin tone, same eye color all the time. And they don't even look like me. You know, normally people, when they have that same face kind of syndrome, they just draw people or create people, I guess, in the sims that look like them. That is not the case. It's just I fell into those sims for some reason. Here I'm figuring out her makeup style. When I set out to create her, I originally had this idea that she'd be kind of this fall witch, and I kind of started with that. Like, I gave her the gauges, and I don't know if we've gotten to it yet, but I also gave her tattoos, and I put a lot of effort into that. And then as I started going with the outfits, I completely lost her fall aesthetic. Like, the colors are still kind of fall, but overall, she doesn't really have a witchy vibe, which I'm kind of disappointed in myself for. Doing her makeup, I gave her blush, but it is not that intense. Yeah, that blush, I can't remember where I got it from, but it does their cheeks, the end of their nose, and I think it also does knees and elbows. So it kind of makes them a little more realistic. Speaking of realistic, that skin overlay I gave, well, I guess not an overlay, it's an actual skin tone, but doesn't it, I like it because of the tone, but at the same time, it's almost a little too alpha for me. It's kind of got that grainy texture. I was kind of having a problem with that as I created her because I couldn't decide if I wanted to keep the skin tone, but I didn't want to change it because I don't have any other skin tones that are the same without that alpha texture, but it's not that bad. I have skin tones with the worst grainy texture that honestly I should probably delete. Playing with the idea of her having glasses, and I was still kind of trying to keep the witchy vibe at this point, and so I was like, no, she doesn't need glasses. Giving her some chokers. And then I knew I wanted to use, here's me testing out more skin overlays, but that one looked really bad. That one makes her look like a corpse. So eventually I went back to it. And then, did I already do the eye overlay? Well, I gave her an eye overlay because she has blue eyes, but I have under face paint some eye overlays. So I gave her these kind of, they're softer and almost a little bit, they're not a darker blue necessarily so much as just a deeper blue. And I thought, I don't know, a little more realistic, a little more contributing to her witchy personality. That didn't happen. Oh, there's the tattoos. I was playing with these ones. I don't have a lot of good custom content tattoos, but there was ones with moths and things, and I think I settled on the moth. And I also gave her that like geometric arrow type arm tattoo, which I ended up covering up. So this is her first outfit. I was going in and I was like, she's fall. I want to do those colors. And so I was thinking browns, oranges, deeper yellows. But I was like, sweaters, because, you know, there's nothing better than a good sweater. And I have all those graphic tees, but none of them, I don't like that graphic tee. See how it kind of like bows out at the bottom? It's just like got this weird lip to it. But I do love that cactus shirt. And I think I used one of the cactus shirts from that graphic tee set later in one of her outfits, like her sleepwear or something. And I was playing with some pants ideas, and I thought they were really cute. But I really like this skirt and that top together. And I was like, she needs leggings because it's the fall. But I wanted leggings that, because you can see there's that gap between the skirt and the edge of the top. You kind of see her midriff. And I wanted the mesh in there, but I didn't really want the mesh all over her entire leg. And I thought I had a pair of those leggings that was like kind of like shorts, like high-rise shorts. And so it would do that, but here's me trying to find them. But it was just a bunch of stockings and stuff. And then I have these custom content socks that I guess they're supposed to be leg warmers. I don't know. But they made it look like, you know how in the fall people roll up their socks over their boots and it's super stylish and whatnot. That's what I was going for there. And then here I was like, I don't know if I really like that top. And I have those tops in accessories, but they're meant to go under like overall dresses. And so that's why the bra was showing through. And I was like, oh, well, that's not really going to work now, is it? So playing with more shirts, I was like, maybe she'll do like a slouchy shirt. She's really casual and more graphic tees. I really wanted to put that Velociraptor shirt on her, but I was like, she's a witch. Velociraptors are not her thing. And I wanted to put this jacket on her, but I felt like putting that jacket on her, because I tried a couple more times, you'll see, it just made her look boxy. And I don't know if it's the jacket or if it's just the way I was envisioning her, but I couldn't use that jacket on her. More graphic tees. I was really playing with that kind of tucked in yellow striped shirt, and all those shirts in this section basically. And that shirt I really liked, but I felt like it was too businessy for a witch. The main thing that really took away from her witch status for me, and that I kind of contributed to my giving up on that style, was I could not anywhere find a good witch hat. Everywhere I found a witch hat, on the Sims resource or on Tumblr, all the CC witch hats were really low quality, and maybe I didn't look hard enough, but I was just not feeling it. And so she doesn't have a hat, but I will find a hat eventually and maybe we'll give it to her. It's me applying some more makeup. I really liked giving her these kind of subtle but at the same time still dark makeup looks. I think she has a different eyeliner in every look. And then I have these fake eyelashes, but they just didn't sit right on her face, and I think maybe it was the set of her cheekbones or something, because I've used them on other Sims and they look okay, but they just didn't fit her for some reason. And I also think the skin tone would interfere a little bit with the eye makeup, and so it doesn't look bad though. It's weird. It created like that little highlight in her inner corner of her eye. Is that what that's called? I don't know. I am not a beauty guru. But there's that little highlight, and then that highlight on her waterline too that's just there. And I know that makeup doesn't come with that. That's not, because I think it's mostly eyeshadows and eyeliners and stuff that I have downloaded. So I know I don't have a good highlight for around the eyes. And then here's her formal wear, which didn't end up being that formal, if I'm being quite honest. Oh, she would look so good if I had given her those high stockings. Well, hindsight. Here I'm still trying to give her like the chokers and the darker colors. Like she's got a black watch and that kind of nude blush color dress. And those flower heels get to me every time because I love how they're designed, but I'm not about the flower pattern. And so I can never use them because I don't have a sim that fits that flower pattern, and I don't have a lot of clothes downloaded that'll go with that flower pattern. And so I'm like, oh, let me use these shoes. And then it just never happens because they don't make sense. And try to keep it subtle for her athletic wear. I don't know if it's just me, but when I make Sims, even if they're like decked out in makeup in all their other outfits, when I do sleep, athletic wear, and swimwear, I'm just thinking, I guess, too realistically. And I'm like, but she'd sweat it off, or it'd get wet in the pool and it'd run off, or why would you sleep in makeup? And so I don't put makeup on them. Or if I do, it's like a subtle makeup look that's meant just to make their face look more real rather than actually look like the Sims wearing makeup, which is kind of what I use the blush for, which you can see on her knees now. I just use it to make it look like her skin's more real, not so much as like actually like, oh, I put on blush this morning. Trying to figure out her athletic wear. Her athletic wear does not end up looking terribly athletic because honestly I did not picture her running a lot or really exercising a lot. I feel like she's more of a walk through the park, collect flowers kind of girl. So she just has some cute lace scallop shorts. There's that eye overlay again. It's so annoying to go back and re-add them every time you go to make a new outfit, which I guess could have been worse because I could have also done like all 5 outfits for each outfit type, but that was just a little too much. Those Frumpy tops, I don't know if anyone else is obsessed with them as I am, but they're so nice because you can find other tops kind of cut like that or styled like that in various like CC places, Tumblr, Sims Resource, all that good stuff. And they just don't, they're either the shading's just off for me, or they're just where it rumples, it looks a little too shiny, or it looks a little too stiff. And I just love how those sit. I have like 3 different recolors of them, maybe 4. I have too many recolors, that's all you need to know. Eye overlays again. I think here is where I played with the 2-tone eyeshadow, where there's like a different color on every eye, because I thought there was one that was more subtle, but it's all very bright. I think all the lipsticks I gave her, except for maybe Sleepwear, were dark nudes or dark purples. There's the 2-tone eyeshadow. Just because I didn't want it to be like, I didn't feel like she was like a red lipstick or a pink lipstick kind of girl. Because in the back of my mind, I still had that, oh, she's a witch. Or at least witchy personality. But when I clicked into the party wear and that was the outfit she had randomly generated, I was like, oh, girl, you need some help, please. Well, that kind of cotton candy-ish eyeshadow made her eyes look really bright. I'm not a fan of it, but it did make her eyes look nice. And I thought about giving her more piercings beyond the ear stuff, but I didn't want to. I have a lot of Sims with a lot of facial piercings, and I didn't want her to be one of them. And I also wanted to play with, you might have seen it in the beginning, where it's the gauge, like those black ones, but it has like little star chains trailing from it and also hooks to the top of her ear. And I really like them. They come in a bunch of different colors, but it clipped into the hair. And, I tried adjusting her ears and I couldn't get it to stop clipping into the hair, especially at the top. I have so many long dresses. I was like, oh, these would look so nice for her, but it didn't feel modern enough for me. I wasn't a fan of the patterns. So I ended up doing this skirt top combo that almost kind of looks a little bit like a dress. Because you might have seen a minute ago, the dress that looks kind of like this is a skirt, and it looks like it's a t-shirt and a skirt, but it's actually a dress. But I didn't like any of the color combinations on that particular dress, and so I was like, I'll make my own. Still one of those dark colors. I'm looking at oranges and browns and whatnot. Not the blue, so I knew I was not about to do that. And that shirt, for some reason, that black doesn't look good. And I don't know if it's my quality settings or if it's just that color, because the other ones look really good. That's me being like, why did I give her a tattoo if you're never going to see it in any of her outfits? Those 2 tops right there, the one she's wearing and the one to the right of it, are made by, I think her Tumblr username is pronounced Smubuh, S-M-U-B-U-H. I love her custom content. It's all beautiful. The shorts she's wearing in her athletic wear, the little scallop ones, I think they're made by her too. But I stalk her Tumblr a lot for good CC. I think her party outfit was the one I struggled the most on, because I found those glasses and I was like, oh, these glasses look perfect on her. And then from there, I was like, I don't know what to do with her outfit. I almost put her back in that hat for her swimwear after I edited her makeup and her eye overlay. And I also almost put her, was it her athletics that I almost put her in a baseball cap? I don't know. I didn't like how it sat on her hair. I felt like that bathing suit was too risky. I love it. The patterns are so amazing, and I love that pattern too. And I was like, oh no, these are too bright, even though I end up giving her that geometric flower thing, that one, which Definitely does not match a fall witch vibe. But I don't know. I didn't know what to give her. And no shoes, because the flip-flops in game are ugly. Picking her traits. See, here as came back, I just made her and done all her outfits and stuff, and I was like, she's still trying to be a witch, or I'm still going to try to make her a witch. So I made her ambitious, and she's outdoorsy and outgoing. And then here's me playing with her voice, which you can't hear. I was like, she's a witch. No, she's nice. She like makes friends with everybody, and she's kind of like that person that kind of floats through life, like in a good way, not like floats through, like has everyone dote on her and gets whatever she wants, but kind of just going outside, walking around, just enjoying life and nature and stuff. And that's why she's outdoorsy. And I think I made her want to be a botanist for her aspiration. And then I went back to her first outfit. I was like, this is the only one that really looks like fall. So I was like, nope, gotta cut these sleeves off. So there's Vivian. I don't have the links for all the CC I used in creating her, but you can find all of it reblogged on my Tumblr. Bye.